So last night, around 10:51 p.m., we got some news that the Transformers Legacy Commander class Motormaster was already out in Australia, and they have new hand images, and this is in a box. So no thievery, no theft. This is a nice, comprehensive review from the Halo Hunter 553 on Discord. And I don't have his link to Discord or anything like that. And we also have more comparison shots to Earthrise Prime from someone named Squishy Bell on Twitter. I just want to make sure that these people, and I will put the names in the description, these people get their props. Because these people went to the store and bought the toy because it's out in their country and they're showing it off. And we're going to talk about it. And that's how it is. This is fair use. So I want you guys to understand it. So we're done with that introduction. Let's talk about the figure. So yes, first thing you'll notice is the box and the picture of the toy, and right off the back, I don't like the size of the trailer. As we go through these pictures, I'll be laminating on some things. It still looks good, but I just think we're having some compromises here. So first things first, this is the box, and this is how everything looks inside the box. It opens up like this with this, just, slap hazard packaging. There's the figure. Again, he just looks like half of a Motormaster. I feel like we lost something in translation. And we'll talk about that. So here he is next to Earthrise Optimus Prime. And he is fairly larger in the truck mode. That's something. I mean, as we go later in the pictures, they really are, and bot mode, they're the same size. But he's got some considerable height in the cab and the trailer, but it's just so short. It just doesn't look like G1 Motormaster. It's like something's off. He just should have been a little bit longer, and I think that might have translated to him being slightly bigger, because as we see the combined mode, or at least what the interior exterior robot is, we're gonna be like, oh man, he's really short. And that's just something that I noticed. And of course, here he is next to Stunnicon. It just like I said, the trailer, and this is really more of a nitpick. It's just so short. Now here's the cab next to the CW Motormaster and of course Earthrise Prime. And CW Motormaster is considerably bigger than both of them. I'm just gonna tell you that now. Now the base mode, I like this base mode. This thing looks like a city. This looks detailed, very nice, of course. And the engineering of having this turn into the exoskeleton of Menasor is just fantastic. Everything, the gun, the sword, the robot mode standing there, very nice. Now we're going to talk about the arm. Now it looks like the arm does extend, and it has some interesting articulation. As you can see here, the arm kind of bends at points, and that could be because of the part of the transformation. But it looks like when you combine it, you can get like some double-handed poses out of this, and that is a good thing. I love the fist. It's a solid fist, not that Combiner Wars junk. And you can see here it fully extended. And you can see where the port is, where the arm combines. Up at the top near the two wheels, you see how it combines. Now this is fantastic. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. This looks like a bust. Like, not a bust like it's a bust, but like a bust for a Transformer. Like you could just sit on the show, and this is the bust for Menasor. That is cool. I mean, there's a lot you can do with this, and this part right here, props to Hasbro for this. Look at that detail. Look at that. That is amazing. Now here he is next to some third-party offerings. Like I say, I don't do third parties, so I don't know who or this is, but I can probably tell that these are the legend scale figures. The arms are a little longer than I'd like. The legs seem a bit short, and that's why I'm saying, like, if the trailer was a little bit longer, maybe a little bit longer in length, we could have probably gotten a longer length in the leg portions of this. I mean, it does just look weird, weirdly stout. And I know a lot of people are upset by that. Will there be third party? The only thing with third party, there's just going to be adding height like they did with Combiner Wars. I don't think it's going to look as good like that. And here he is next to Combiner Wars Menasor with, of course, the perfect effects part. So, yeah, Menasor is in the CW version is bigger, but that's because of the add-on parts. He would be shorter than that without, you know. And then here he is with the combined legs from Breakdown and Wild Rider. I forget what they call them in the US version. It's Wild Rider with the perfect effect parts. And it doesn't look bad, but Combiner Wars Unite Warriors were bulkier, I think. I love the streamlined look of Menasor, the Stunticons, more than this, plastic fat. They were kind of like that bulky look to them. And then in the original configuration with the add-on parts, they're pretty much the same size minus the Motormaster horns. Menasor horns, with Menasor horns being a little larger. I can understand why people feel the way they feel. I'm guessing that the head and other parts of Motormaster are combined from transforming Motormaster. And here they are next to Optimus Prime, and they should be the same size. They should be the same size as Voyager or Leader Class Optimus. Now, of course, yes, he's going to be smaller than Combiner Wars Menasor. Motormaster, because again, these were bigger figures. Now we're going to just see the bare bones figure, and yeah, I get it. I see why people were saying he should have been a little bigger. I understand it. Here he is next to Volcanius. I still want to get that combiner somewhat, at least the Generations version with all the extra weapons. Here he is holding the little cannon from the trailer. Looks pretty good. Again, it looks good. I mean, it's gonna look good. And then here he is next to one of the Netflix Megatrons, and yeah, I mean, I'd scale, yeah. So we got an edit point here, and I just want to say that there's going to be a compromise when it comes to scale, and scale at times will hit a wall. We're going to see that when we talk about Masterpiece Jetfire, because we should be bigger. But nonetheless, I think that this is the best that we're going to get from Hasbro. I don't think this is a bad figure by all means. This is actually great, and this is a step up from Hasbro, especially with the engineering that previous companies have used to achieve the look. It started with Fans Project, and then it went into all these other third companies, but Fans Projects did it first. Remember that, back in 2012. And that compromise of creating their trailer was bigger, and making the robot shell, I think it looks good. I would love to get my hands on Intimidator, but I don't spend $200 when I know this is coming out. This still looks good. But I think, third party's probably going to come along and give us even more things to add on to it. But I think when they made this with the idea of not having to add third party. But like I said, people want bigger figures and, scale. But I don't think you understand scale. And that's, like I said, my discussion on scale was kind of short-handed. But to be honest with you, there's more to it than that. Well, this is Super Robot Ed. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. We'll see you soon. Until then, we'll have more news and reviews. Bye-bye.